Uh, I got to go with the World Series and the resumption of Game 5.
Yeah. Well, 2 days off. I mean, talk about building this sense of anticipation. And you come back. When you leave the ballpark at the suspension, the place is absolutely waterlogged. I can still see that image of BJ Upton sliding through the puddles and splashing everywhere.
It didn't, real quick, didn't MLB, they just didn't want to end it like a 1-0 game into the rain. Like, so they kept them to play on to almost score the run.
They just were caught between a rock and a hard place. It's such a, obviously a World Series game, so much at stake, and they didn't know if it was going to stop, and they were trying to, but they also knew that they were going to go 9. It wasn't just going to be 5 and be official. So, but Hamels gives up that run. He can't even grip the ball. I remember talking to him about that. That was tough because he pitched his heart out that entire month of October. But the resumption. What struck me about that is we always talk about the baseball season being a marathon, and driving to the ballpark that afternoon, you knew you were going to see a sprint, like a 400-meter sprint to maybe a world championship. And they did not want to get on that airplane and go back to St. Petersburg. And they came up. Pat Burrell has a big hit. Jeff Jenkins has a big hit. Chase Utley makes that iconic play, and boom, next thing you know, they're world champions. It was almost surreal how quick it happened that night. Very memorable and very obviously unique. It's never been one like that. And I'm always reminded of that great column Phil Sheridan wrote in the Inquirer, just a great column. And he basically made the point that you had to wait forever and a day for this championship, with the delay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, forever and a day, except he did it a lot more beautiful than that. I have it clipped somewhere, and it's really was a beautiful piece. So, yeah, it was such a great moment. The new ballpark, that long rebuild, the long drought, and I think having Charlie stand up that night and say, hey, this is for Philadelphia, this is for our fans. Guess what? He meant that right from the bottom of his heart. There's no pretense to that guy. He doesn't say anything he doesn't mean. This was for Philadelphia. This was for their fans. And to see him, especially after when he got hired, he was kicked around like an old football for the, first year or so. And then
We all silly like the mayor.